Welcome back to Google.rs. It's Byron speaking. And well, even though I wanted to have some super fancy advanced command line tools, all I got in the end was a much more usable, nicer looking, and actually working set of command line tools, which is also good, you know. So I'm kind of preparing for a new release. So for a pre-release before Rust comes out, and then I'm just going to push the 1.0 as soon as I have my fingers on Rust 1.0, on the Rust 1.0 compiler. But until then, there is still a few things to do. Mainly documentation. I think documentation and maybe some build scripts that need improvements, because I want to be able to do this easily and nicely. So let's have a look. Well, actually, let's have a look at this issue. Refactor index macro to remove redundant data. I think that's a good starting point, because we are going to change this index here to also contain download links, not to the API obviously, but there I might put a crate link now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think I want to put a crate backlink, and I want to have like little images here. So for the API, I think I just want to have a crate link. Let's see, crates.io. How that would look like. Google. I think if I search for Google, I like find only mine. Mostly. This is one of mine, for instance. I wonder where these downloads are coming from. Kind of very similar numbers here. So I guess that there's some automated system downloading these all the time. 29 is the number. It's kind of different though. Yeah, it's kind of different. And I probably have to re-release these as well. Yeah, lots of releasing going on probably today, because there have been some improvements, and I guess I want to push them out to the world. Yep, I definitely want to do that. So anyway, I like to link to this guy here. So it's Google. Okay, that's one of the... So it can have dashes here. That's good. Yeah, so I'm going to link back to this one. Yeah, but that's just the next thing. For now, let's just optimize the way this actually works. Google.rs. And I guess I can kick out a few things. So index.html, that's the one we want to run and try out. Oh yeah, my virtual server is compiling just for the fun of it. Look at this. It's stretching its memory to the point where it will have to kill one. So calendar, DFA reporting. If I kill this, yeah. Phew, I rescued the one that works, because DFA reporting is never gonna compile, especially not in release mode. Yeah, actually many things don't compile, like YouTube and DFA reporting, not yet. Maybe with Rust 1 this will be different, but it needs more than 2 gig of RAM in a machine to work. Mostly because at some point, Rust C will call the linker, and the linker then wants to suck up like hundreds of megabytes, which just doesn't work anymore. Yeah. Anyway, oh, look at this. I even have a load average, which now is higher than 2, which probably means that the virtual machine I'm running on gives me some more resources, which is part of what they promise. Get more resources if there are resources available. Anyway, that's very nice. So let's try to reproduce this. I think if I said, if I do the index scan doc. Oh yeah, it's make there. I don't have auto completion. Scan.index.html. Then it will probably want to try to build everything. But if I set Travis to 1, then I will only get the special Travis subset of APIs to build, which is just YouTube. However, it will not know that I set the environment variable, so I have to kind of trigger a rebuild by getting rid of these dependency files, and now it will just regenerate what it has to regenerate, and then, you know, you have to wait for it once to build the docs for YouTube, which is happening right now, as you can see, and then we will have this. But I don't have to wait for that, obviously, because we can just have a look at this one here. I think... Oh yeah, my computer is just overwhelmed right now. Totally. So here somewhere, I think that's make types. This is the redundant this is the redundant stuff. And I think all I want to have here is to have a list of available program IDs, but without this stuff, because that's redundant. You know, this is also, for instance, in type CLI. If you look at this, like make docs, documentation, and it's the same keys basically. And when I did it, I have it on video. Who would have thought that? I noted to myself that this is annoying, that you don't want to do this. And especially now that I want to have links, download links, I also want to have the version of the respective programs. And this, you know, if I have the version twice, then this is just calling for a problem here, because this is relatively static. This is not going to change. That's why I kind of could afford to do that. But now with the version coming into the mix, I think this is not what you want. So what you want instead is to let this guy load the actual type YAML file here. Just using YAML. We put it in and then cache it so that we can access this data anyway. So how does that look like? TI, we go through the make types. Do we go through it multiple times? Yes, we do. We still do that, but I think that will just be a name, an API type. I call it API type then, and then I go through the code to adjust this. And I want to have a cache which allows me to, I think I'm going to load this cache here. So just load the respective type file, and then we should be pretty good. Yeah, let's do this. So this is not required anymore. No, and we also don't need this to be a dictionary. All we need is this. Hey, damn it. Yeah, I wanted to build the, I think in a separate shell here, I'm going to update all of these guys, because this is what I have to do. YouTube 3, cargo, args is update. So then this will work. Things change. Yeah, let's roll this back just for the second so that I can run this. Problem is, while I'm working on this, I can't update, so I wanted to have an update run going off right here. But if I intend to work on this, this will be, no, that's wrong. I can have an update run right here. Unfortunately, I'm set to a single API right now, so all this has to be done later. Later in the background once this is done, basically. Fine. Once the index work is done, then I can have it. Not now. Okay, so now that this is done, I can try my index file again. And yeah, I think it's doing it, even though it will fail as soon as possible. So, oh, come on. It's in compile mode again. It's really slow. Now I got my control back. Awesome. So we go through the types, and I'd say it's API type here. First API prefix. And it's just a little hack. And yeah, I guess I load the cache here. And for each type to load cache for. API, let's call it TC. It's a type cache. Oops. Yeah, who cares? Type cache, like API, that maps to, I don't know how to write this actually. Probably you want to write it like this, like a dict. What about that? So that's the type API YAML contents, basically like this. All right, so we go through there, and how do we get the path in the first place? Let's have a look at the depths macro, because it will generate this type YAML name API dir. Okay, where do we get that from? Oh, it's part of the makefile. Can I kill a few of these? It's too much. Yes, better. So what about the makefile here? API dir. It's relative. Cool. etc API. Do I have this somewhere in my shared? I have a etc API. So directories API based. That's the one I will use. Because the shared I do have in my environment here. So OS path join directories API base, and then we go with type, then the name dot YAML, and I will just assume I can load this stuff. API type, there we go. And yeah, YAML. I know in Mako render my own one, I load YAML at some point. So YAML load all, that's how that goes. Okay, I just open this file and load all data. And of course I want to convert it into my own type, but yeah, I think we can do this in a crazy one-liner, which is not crazy at all. In a non-crazy one-liner. Load all, so we open this file, bada boom. Oh, and this will give us a normal dict. Yeah, I think I might give it 2 lines or something. Why not? And then, because I want to have a dict object whose type I don't really have, I just have it implicitly because it comes from this Mako render file. I always have to kind of get the type through kind of reflection, and then I can convert the data and actually put it into my type cache. TC API type shall be the converted data, and that's it. Cool. And now we go through that again. We could go through the keys of our TC from now on. API type, API data in TC either items. I think that's a good way to go about this. And now I can just say API data documentation engine. Oh wait, it's now make documentation engine. Make documentation engine, la la la. Let's call it AD and AN. Oh no, AN. Do I use AN? I do use AN already. API name. Let's call it API and API data, like this. So AD. I don't even know if I use this. An API list keys. Okay, this is something I have in my global environment. That's just a key. Okay, and here I just try to find something for ANV. So this TI thing, ooh. So that requires my TI, which I do not have anymore. Again, create dir as well. Doesn't mean I use these multiple times. API index. But I think the point is that I can just pass in the make, so these are compatible. So instead of TI, I say AD make, and this should just work. All right, I think, because previously this looked like ID target suffix, which is very similar to make target suffix. Yeah, so that's basically the make substructure here. So that's cool. Gonna work like that. And the API name I don't even use here. Oh yeah, except for overriding my local, my value here. I don't achieve anything, so I guess we just iterate the cached values. And we are fine. AD in, da da da. So the API name is also something I shouldn't use, because that's my global list of APIs, API list here. That's where the API top level name is coming from. Cool, so that is that. Now, so the TI, where do I get my TI? I think I just have to evaluate max types. Okay, down here we have it again. So I guess we go with AD again and say TC values. And then we have API index, AD make, append, types append, okay. So that's a type list. That's a list of types that I want to have. And then I use TI ID. Do I have this here? Yeah, I think it just wants to have. Yeah, let's give it the entire one though. And also let's just give it the. Yeah, do I need to regather? Okay, that's the list. That's the types it has, where it has an index for. So this does Y, but I think I don't have to store the actual data. It will be enough to just store the ID. So let's give it the API name, either items. And I will just store the API name and then access the data that I need later again. So that's type names now. Let's be very explicit. Type names, and then we have types. That's type names. And we call it API name again. And then we have ti.id. We used that a few times. So I guess I want to have a little section here for a little cached value. So we call it AD for API data. And we say, how's the cache called again? TC, type cache. TC, API name is my actual data. And then it's AD make. And it's AD make ID upper. And once again, AD make ID upper. So that should work. So no, string object has no attribute ID. Interesting. This goes down there, doc index. No? Where's this happening? Join gen type config. Oh, I think that's our call here. So we come in from 141. Oh no, it's in depth mark. Are you kidding me? Oh, is this using the same data that? Oh, so that's depth Marco that now failed. Interesting. So it uses this stuff as well. Does it use make types somewhere? It does. Okay, I didn't expect that to happen. So it just needs the ID basically, which also means that we don't need to unpack it anymore. TIID. So that's an API name now. So that's good, because it just needed this anyway that we have already. I don't know. Let's be specific here, or explicit. So API name in API name, and that should be it. Make types. There we go. So you should work now, and let's see if we can actually build the index. Yeah, it has to, because we regenerated our make files, our dependency files. We have to regenerate the YouTube API, so we have to rebuild it. Even though technically, nothing really happened. It's quite amazing. My CPU temperature is up at 100 degrees Celsius. Crazy. And the fan doesn't think he should kick in. I think it could be maybe related to the graphics card, because I'm recording with QuickTime Player and it's kind of super graphics card intensive. Anyway, DCT items, generator object has no items. That is macro index. So somewhere here, oops, not somewhere here, somewhere in the index up here, we failed to do what we want to do. And maybe here, values. Oh, because values, do I have iter values? And where's DCT items in macro render? Not here. Yeah, but it's in render body somewhere. So I probably try to is it? So do I get through this portion? What if I just disable this entire thing? What do you say now? Okay. So I guess it's, yeah, this really wants to tell me it's dying here, right, in this block somewhere. Can I figure this one out? AD make. I could start to remove this and see if we get through. Generator, nope. So maybe the first lines actually fail. Yeah. These lines fail. And interesting. Make types, data YAML load. Oh, no, I thought I didn't import YAML, but I did. Open OS path, I have directories API based. So maybe this one for some reason fails, yields an undefined. Here we go, TC API type. Type directories. Well, so far so good. So what happens if I just keep the TC empty? Then we die with an assertion error, but this is where it fails, man. Okay, so I take this line out. Okay. Undefined has no object items. Okay. So it seems to be kind of this line. Can it be? Let's print a few things. Yeah, so that's a dict object that's expected. Maybe data isn't what I think it is. Oh, it's a generator. Oh man, dude. What the heck? Load all. I didn't read everything when I checked the macro render code, so here I go. Data, and then this thing. You know what the yeah. So we have to take a list of that to iterate over the generator, then take the first item. Or I could just say next. Like this. And there we go. Oh yeah, and maybe I also put it in the code that I am interested in. Like this. So that's the one. Kind of, except for that. So data next. That would be the conversion. That shall work. And we should get further. Cool. So documentation index has been generated. Let's take a look. I think it should be fine. So that's the, yeah, so there we go. It's just the foundation. For future work. And as you can see here, it looks so much better. So that's kind of a custom grammar that no one wants to parse, but it kind of is, it's made to give you a better overview over the capabilities of that thing. And yeah, I like it. Improvements. So keep that open, I think. Whereas this, I can also keep open just to have an overview of how it all looks. So that should be this session, because I think we are done. Oh yeah, and I don't have a timer anymore. I think I should. Maybe a timer for up here would be good, huh? So that I can always see it. Kinda. But I will look it up before I do the next session, because I usually like to see how long the session has been going on already. Cool. So this closes, which one? 104, 104. Refactor, index, HTML. Non-redundant data access. Previously, we would define information about the program types in two places. Once for the index and once per program type. Now, within the index.html, we just load the respective program type information to have access to the latest at all times. Awesome. So that is that. Closes 104. And I must say, thanks for watching and have a great day.